everybody, welcome to another video. I'm pretty excited about today's video because we're going to be conducting a little experiment to see if we can determine some of the differences between the levels of a sprite, as in like level 1 versus level 10. And we are also going to be seeing if we can spot differences when we're fighting a common or an uncommon and the different types of rarities. So we've been bullying Puffles a lot lately. I think we'll give them a break and we will go and work on some crocklets. Let's get started. In order for this to work, we're going to be using our pulse shotgun. And what we're going to do is we're going to fight a bunch of different levels and rarities of crocklets. And then I will go back and review the videos and I will add up how many points it took to break their shield and how many points it took to take off all of their health. The reason I'm using the pulse is because it's slower and you will be able to see the numbers more clearly. So after adding up all of the battles that I did and compiling it onto this little sheet for you, you can see that common level 3 that we started with had 90 shield and 311 health. If we moved up to a common level 5, the shield and the health were about equal. Now I know it looks like the health was a little bit lower, but the truth is that the bullets are 10, 11, or 12 points, so it could have been less and just had to round up to the next bullet point. These numbers also may not be the gospel truth. They could be inaccurate, or I could have missed a shot, or I could have just misadded. It was a lot of math and a lot of shots, but this should give you a general idea of what you're looking at. So as you can see, the difference between a common level 20 and a common level 3 is really not that much. So if you can take a common level 3, you can probably take a common level 20. Then you're going to jump up to the uncommon levels. They're going to have more shield and they're going to have substantially more health. And then we're going to move even farther into the rare levels, which will have a lot of shield and a lot of health. I also ran the same test against a uncommon level 5 terabyte, because if you notice, they're listed under uncommon sprites in the sprite index, whereas the Crockett is listed as a common sprite. So I believe that's why his uncommon level 5 has more health than the Crocket's health. Why am I struggling saying Crockett? I also tested this against a common level 3 Puffle, even though I said I was going to leave them alone. I didn't. As you can see, he had less shield, but about the same amount of health as the Crockett. I think that's interesting because if you've collected a Puffle and you've collected a Crockett, you can look at their cards, which I have on your screen right now, and you can see that the Puffle's shield is actually listed as less than the Crockett's shield. So I think that might be why we're seeing that. Not only do the different rarities have different levels of shield and health, but they're also going to attack faster and more often, and their attacks will cost more points. Here we can see I'm fighting a common level 14. If you'll watch the red arrows at the top, he really doesn't take that much of my life away. Next, we are going to compare that to an uncommon level 14. And as you can see, he does a little bit more damage with one shot. And finally, we're going to look at the damage that a rare can do, almost taking me out with just one shot. With that being said, there's currently no incentive to fight against a rare if you don't have to. So I really suggest just fighting the common and the uncommon level sprites until we're able to get our armor or upgrade our weapons or bring our sprites with us into battle. I think you're just better suited to fight the lower rarities. The battles will be easier. You won't have to spend as many resources trying to keep yourself healed up, but you still should be collecting data cores as well as experience. So until next time,
Happy hunting!